Hi there everyone, hope you're all well and welcome back to another weekly outlook video. So in this video I'm going to break down the dollar, the JPY basket, gold, oil, USDCAD and Bitcoin. So what we're going to do initially, we're going to look at the economic calendar for the week ahead, see if there's any high impact events that we need to pay attention to so that we can manage and monitor our trades in a safe way. So no news tonight on market open Sunday or Monday in terms of high risk. Going on to Tuesday, we've got Australian dollar interest rate decision overnight at 5:30 UK time. Previous rate was 0.85. Consensus for this upcoming one is 1.35. So obviously that's bullish for the Australian dollar. If we do see a different reading to 1.35, then we will probably see some large moves within the market. However, in all honesty, I would probably avoid the Australian dollar Tuesday, probably for the full day in all honesty. Wednesday, 10 o'clock, we've got Euro retail sales, not something that I'm too worried about. ISM services for the US dollar and the FOMC minutes on Wednesday, so quite a busy day for the dollar. Thursday, you've then pretty much got the trade balance, which it's not really going to do much, but then you've got employment change, for US dollar. That will definitely move the market depending on the reading. Consensus is bullish for the dollar, so obviously I'm just going to have to see what happens with that. Friday we've got NFP, so non-farm payrolls, so I will probably avoid trading Friday in all honesty. It's going to be very there's going to be a lot of volume in the market basically. It's going to be quite a hard time to trade. Don't want to get stopped out of any unnecessary positions that you don't need to be in. And then obviously Friday afternoon at the same time of NFP, you've got CAD unemployment. I'll probably avoid the market, to be honest, after 1 o'clock on Friday and pretty much just let the market play out and people who are wanting to take the risk can. But for me, I'm not going to be there. So let's go on to the DXY initially. This is an area that I'm looking at. I'm not going to go into the EMAs used. We're simply just going to look at obviously the confluences which are on the screen. This area here for the DXY, you can see this is the current push within the market. So a 61% retracement for the DXY here into the 103 area with a couple of EMAs. I think that could give a good bounce. How much price bounces, that's anyone's guess, but maybe something like that into the equal highs here looks like maybe something that you could look at. Obviously, with this US dollar, the DXY, you can't trade this. It's simply used for confluence with other pairs. So you're expecting a strong dollar here. So maybe look to short things like gold, GU, EU, AU, etc. when the DXY gets to this area. This obviously is on the daily time frame because we are taking trades off the daily time frame. So with that in mind, just be careful. Obviously, if you are trading, for example, the 15-minute, then this area isn't going to be as much confluence because you may get some drawdown in your lower time frame trade. But just from a daily perspective, we've got the 61 fib, EMAs, and obviously the 103 round number here. So that's an area that I'm expecting a reaction. Going on to the JPY basket, these are two areas for me. You can see going into last week, we did get a reaction off the 38. Obviously a bit of drawdown there in terms of the reaction, but we still closed bearish. If price does manage to get up to the 50 fib here, there is EMAs, there's a 50 fib and also the 7950 round number. So for that reason, if the JPY basket gets here, I would expect some weakness. Meaning you could long pairs like GJ, EJ, AJ, etc. Then after that, I've not really got much on the 61 fib in all honesty. If you wanted, you could maybe say that there's a big area here which could react. Main reason being you've got a key area within the market, you've got a 61 fib and also the 8050. So what I'll do, I will put that on there like so. So that is something that I would potentially be looking at there. Nice bit of confluence at these areas. And then obviously up here you've got a nice key level. You've got the 8550 round number. And obviously you've got a couple of EMAs as well. So for that reason, this looks like a good area potentially for JPY to get weak. Once again, as these are short areas, you are basically saying a weak yen, which would result in pairs like GJ, EJ, AJ to get stronger. So just use these areas as confluence. Going on to gold, to be honest with you, there's not much at all for gold. Looking at this now, I'm just thinking the 1850 area looks good for shorts. We've got some EMAs, we've got a key level within the market. It's not the strongest of areas because gold has pretty much been ranging. You can see here, the price did retest these lows last week and we did get a reaction. But then if you look as well, price is pretty much been trapped in a range. And besides these liquidity wicks here, we've always closed back inside this little range here, so just little spikes out. Obviously waiting for a bigger move on gold, but for the time being it is quite boring. But looking at the 1850 area, I think that looks like a good area for some potential shorts. Let's look at oil. So oil, there's not much really going on. In terms of longs, there's not much. In terms of shorts, there's not much. If price can get up to the 112.50 within the first half of next week, I think that would be a good area. You've got a third touch of this trend line, you've got a key level, you've got the round number at 112.5. So for that reason, I think this could be a good area to short. Obviously, looking as well at all your channels and stuff like that, it's not the best trend line, but you can see price is trading within this channel, keeps closing back within it. So maybe if you get a break below there, you can maybe look for some shorts, but I think the best short position would maybe be something up here at 112.5. You could maybe target, I don't know, this low, but depending on your stop, you could go tight, you could go above this wick here, you could even target somewhere down there, just whatever you think based on your analysis. You can obviously do that, but yeah, 112.5 looks like a good short area. Going on to USDCAD, I've picked this pair just because it's somewhat different. If there are other pairs that you want to see, please just let me know in the comments and we'll be able to do that. So going into next week, you can see the 38 fib here has already been retested, didn't get much of a reaction. However, the 50 fib has a key level and the 128 round number, so for that reason I would expect a potential reaction here. I wouldn't class this here as a miss. It missed the zone by 20 pips, so I'd probably still say the trade is valid. And then as well, you've got a key level 61 fib here, so obviously that can be extended across. It can hit at any time. Looks like a good trade. It is only 2 confluence though, so what I'll do, I'll mark this zone as maybe like a grey, just so you know that this zone here isn't as strong. But the 50 fib here looks great going into next week. And then finally, Bitcoin. Obviously at the minute, Bitcoin, no one really knows what's going on, but you can see it's kind of just ranging at the minute. If price can pull back to this probably 25k region, you've got a 50 fib, you've got a key level, you've got EMAs coming down, you've got the round number as well now of 25,000. So for that reason, there's multiple confluences at this area, which would say why price should react. If price does react, you can maybe target obviously the lows like so if you are bearish on Bitcoin, or you could simply maybe target something like this, where you've got a bit of a reaction, and then obviously going it back up. So maybe that's a potential play for Bitcoin, but obviously we'll see as the week goes on. So that's pretty much the pairs broken down. If you do want to see any other pairs, please let us know. Link to the analysis group is in the bio if it is something you're interested in, just to see our trades on the Forex pairs like this. But yes guys, thank you very much for watching the video, and we'll see you